The Wire is a fantastic show, with many great iconic characters, one of them being Omar, probably behind Stringer Bell, the most famous character from the show. What Omar was known for was his mystique. When he would walk down the street, people would run.
Yo, son, come on, yo, Omar coming, man. Oh shit!
He is seen as one of, if not the show's best and most well-written character in the entire show. But there is one controversial thing about him, that being his ending. Throughout the show, the big question is, how is Omar going to die, or get out of this situation? The latter part of this question becomes futile by the fact he returns to Baltimore after the killing and torture of Butchie. So, how would he die? A blaze of glory, like his encounter with Snoop and Chris? Only escaping by jumping off a roof? Or kill Marlo? But he doesn't, and I want to talk about his death. So he's scared off's money is kept. But notice that in this scene, they don't sound scared of Omar till he pulls out the shotgun, suggesting Omar's limitations, until they drop the bag to Omar, who then brags about it and makes fun of Marlo.
Working a Stanfield corner, which means you working for a straight up punk. You feel me? I'm out here in these streets every day, me and my lonesome.
And the camera cuts to a wild shot of Omar declaring to the abandoned buildings that
Marlo Stanfield is not a man for this town. You dig?
Making it look like Omar's sort of a ghost in a ghost town, like he doesn't even exist. The camera cuts to Omar walking to a corner shop. Camera then cuts to Omar, viewed through the plexiglass. We hear the door open, Omar looks over but isn't concerned. And just when he's about to ask for something, this happens.
Let me get one of them too.
Kennard looks shocked as this legendary figure on the streets he has just killed. Kennard checks Omar's pockets and runs out the store. Now, this death was inspired by the death of Jesse James, the legendary outlaw who dropped his guard and was shot in the back of the head in his own house. Now, this part is definitely an over-analysis on my part, but the way Omar is killed is like on the chessboard. The king being Omar, checkmated by a pawn, Kennard. The death has caused some controversy as Omar is one of the show's most beloved characters, and to die in such an anticlimactic way disappointed many, but it fit him perfectly. Throughout the show, Omar is shown to have a disregard and underestimate children. And in his penultimate scene, he encounters two children, Michael, who becomes the new Omar, and Kennard. And watch what Kennard says.
That's Omar? Dang.
Showing he's not afraid of Omar. His death was also great, as it's really the only scene he drops his guard and he's killed in it. By someone who he noticed but didn't seem to be bothered by, but then moments later is dead on the ground. The death fits him perfectly. The show is known for its realism, and if Omar were to die in a blaze of glory, it wouldn't really be realistic, and his death reinforced the fact that Omar at the end of the day was human, especially to the streets. But his mythos still exists in the street, with Michael becoming the new Omar.
Time to get that up.
Do you know who I am?
Name's Vincent. Used to be Marlo's bank, but Marlo ain't around no more. And you still moving money for other players. So, I'm thinking some of that money need to be mine.
And in Marlo's last scene, almost like a ghost, Omar still haunts him.
No way, yo. That's bullshit. I heard it different. The real story about Omar is that a bunch of cops when it looked like the New York boys killed him. But it was them. They're the ones who really killed him. Listen, motherfucker, I know what happened to him. Ain't no police had nothing to do with it. No New York boys neither. So Omar got an AK, right? But he's surrounded. It's like 8, 9 motherfuckers up there and they all got 9s. But he like...
Omar's death is the greatest in TV history. It's memorable, fit the show, and especially fit the character. In a poetic way, as despite his death being very anticlimactic, people in the street still think he died in a massive street fight, with an AK-47 and shotguns, not by a little kid by catching him off guard. All in all, the greatest death scene in TV history.